So after 3 trains, I am in Matlock. I'm going to have a little bit of a wander around. I've never been here before. I have looked online to see what it was like. So I've got a little inkling of what it's like. But I'm going to have a little wander around and show you what it's like. I've still got my massive bag on my back. Weighs a ton, it's got everything in it. But we're actually staying in Matlock, up that hill. Everything's always uphill. But apparently there's a market here. Market squares. But yeah, it's a nice little market here. Just going to wander around here and then have a wander around, explore Matlock, and then go up that massive hill and find our accommodation. I'll show you that. We're in like a cottage this time, so that's nice and peaceful. I think it's got a nice walk to like waterfalls and things, so I will show you all that in a bit. We're just going to have a wander around this particular market. The hairy rabbit ears. We got like pig's noses. It's like Monty Python. Otter's noses. Yeah, it's a nice little market with a little square bandstand, I believe, at the just over there with a clock in it. I saw that before. I think there's a park around here you can walk just over either side with a nice little waterway. Yeah, fan cakes. So over this way there's a beautiful garden area. There's a little seating area there underneath the clock, and it looks like they've got like a nice little area for the kids, bouncy castles and slides around about. I'm not going to film too much over there obviously because there's kids. They've got like bungee jumping things. That looks fun. They've got nice little seating areas over here as well. As you can see, these people sat underneath the benches, and they've got roses growing over the tops of them, as you can see, and lovely lovely flowered areas. I've got a waterfall, not waterfall, what do you call them? Fountain, that's it. I knew I'd find the word somewhere. It's been a long day so far. But yeah, got a nice little fountain there that's dripping at the moment. It's not in full operation. But it's just nice to see all of this lovely colour, isn't it? All over, you got your whites and your reds. I did see a video online, and I can't remember who it was, but I'll put a little thing in there on the video now, and they did show a video, I think it was about a year ago, and it was just sort of growing now, and you can see it's filled out nicely all over. So you've got a nice little seating area with flowers, and then over there you've got a nice big bandstand. You've got a kids area. I'm not going to go over there and film because obviously there's kids. And then you've got a nice little tennis area, so there's loads of things to do, but I think there's a walk. You can sort of go around this area here. I'm not sure if there's like a waterway just over there, but you can walk all the way around there. And it looks like a beautiful day. I was expecting it to start raining. There are some dark clouds in the sky, but it's the sun's out, and I think there's a castle up there. I can't remember what the name of that is. The person did mention it in the video, so I'll put that on the video somewhere down there, but I think it's a castle, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was called. But you can just see, I don't know if you can see that on the GoPro, but it just looks so nice. But yeah, beautiful little area. I think places need more things like this just to brighten the place up. But yeah, this is the benches that was on about. Obviously there's people sat on the other ones, but there's no one here, so I can show you this. But yeah, they've got these lovely archways where they sort of grow in the different flowers, and you end up getting the nature and wildlife. I mean, how nice is that just to see nature? So our accommodation is somewhere up there, and it's as you can probably see on the camera, there's a massive gradient going up, and I think we go up there and it's off to the side somewhere, but I will be showing you us walking up there, because I think there's a building up there that looks pretty cool, to be honest, that I saw in someone else's video, and I'd like to capture that myself. But over here you've got pharmacies, you've got there's a deli over there, I believe, sourdough type place. There's plenty of charity shops around. There's a Sun, hello, yeah, charity shops there. There's a Ginger Butcher's, Costa Coffee, and this is just in this little section where we are at the moment. It kind of goes that way and that way. The market is just over there in the distance, and then you go around that corner, there's more of the high street there. Go around there and there's pizza places and all that sort of stuff, but we're going to go around this corner in a moment and have a look further around. But it's a beautiful place and a lovely architecture, as you can see. So I'm just stood across from the Derbyshire Dales District Council. That's a tongue twister, which is just over there, lovely building. Our accommodation is right up there, that massive hill. I think we're going to get a taxi up there, to be honest, because I don't only want to walk with the bag that I've got on my back. But around here is a beautiful view. Check this out. Look at that view up there. I don't know if the GoPro does it justice, but you've got a lovely house up there. There's just greenery and trees up there, and you've got the beautiful architecture in the background there. And when you go down there where the market is, just sort of below there on the left hand side, if you keep going up there, you can see it's called WWII Castle. I think that's how you pronounce it, WWII Castle, on the top of that hill. But it just looks absolutely amazing here. But yeah, there's the council building there, and there's some lovely architecture up there, which we will see a little bit later. But we're going to head further down and check it out. The crown on top of the roundabout. The roundabout. Well done. Costa Coffees and the real computer shop. So over there is the little play area for the kids over there, and that lovely flowered area that was at the start of the video, just over there. I think that's the Derwent Dales walk as well. You can go over there in the distance. But yeah, that's the tennis courts and the little fun area for the kids. I'm just intrigued to see what this building is up here. The Maazi. Can't read it. Where's here? Hall Leys Park, that's what that's called. And there's a nice little sort of circular walk, you can go around it. And I think along the far edge there's like a small miniature train that goes up and down for the kids. A tramway museum's up there. Heights of Abraham, which I think you need to go to Matlock for that, which we might go to at some point. But here's your usual shops, your Icelands and whatnot, but I'm just intrigued by Maazi. Wonder what that is with a car on top. So there's the Maazi. It used to be a former Ritz building and a former cinema, and they basically just turned it into an elegant contemporary Indian restaurant for candlelit dining. But I just saw that little car on the side, and it just intrigued me to wonder what it was. Wasn't sure if it was like a museum or something like that, but actually it's an Indian restaurant. But then you get beautiful views everywhere you look over there. You can see the castle at the top there, and that beautiful green area down there. Stunning. Right, I'm going to go in the park now. Mindful of there's kids here over in that direction. I'm going to turn the camera around now, I think. But yeah, there's a nice little area here, a little cafe on the park, so you can get your ice creams and your teas and your coffees. There's toilets over in that direction. I think there's a big building over there if you need the toilet, next to the tennis courts. But the train, I believe, is over here somewhere. Now I don't know whether it's on all the time or it's only on select days, but we'll have a look and see. And I think there's a little water area as well over here for boating, and I'm not too sure if that's just up here or not, but we'll have a look and see what there is. I think this little line here, this little pathway going along where you can see people walking, I think that might be the WWII walk. And now I don't know how far it goes. Obviously you've got WWII Castle in the distance there. I believe it was built by a man called John Smedley. I could be wrong. I can't remember my facts and stuff. So I believe that let me have a look. Just have a look at my notes. So that was built by John Smedley in the 1860s, and it's Gothic style castle. It just looms over Matlock and is steeped in mystery and legend. I think also John Smedley has a mill here which is still in operation, and it just makes fine knitwear for the world, and the garments are still made in England. But yeah, apparently Matlock is famous for peak practice and most haunted. Is there many ghosts in Matlock? I have no idea. Oh, there's a train. I knew it was here. Obviously the kids on there, I'm trying to like, but yeah, that lady on the front, she controls it. And it's just adjacent to this little walkway. It's only like a small gauge little train that goes, it's only a little way. I'll go up here so you can see. But yeah, you can see the little train goes from down there, follows this line, and there's a little stop, wooden stop at the end there, so it's not that far, but it's nice for the kids just to go along the little train, have a bit of fun, take a rest after spending all the time in there, and the skate parks and the bouncy castles. I'm not going on the bouncy castle, by the way. I'll probably break my hip or something stupid. I'm old. But yeah, it's a nice little walk for the kids and for the families. Obviously there's a nice walkway here, it's all flat. There's a bit of a gradient up at the top. I believe that's going, or maybe going over the river possibly. So it is quite flat for prams, as you can see, and wheelchair. I'm sure you can get wheelchairs be fine on this. It's very sort of tough ground. There's nothing that would obscure your way. And the same with the walkway around here, around the park. It looks wheelchair friendly all the way around. Obviously there's people with prams. I can see a woman in a wheelchair over there, so obviously she can get around. So yeah, it's very accessible for the disabled going along here. I'm not too sure when you go over the bridge if it still is, but the market area is all flat. The walkway around the actual park area is all flat, and obviously this walkway you can see here is all flat as well. So people are using prams and with ease. So I'm sure if you've got a wheelchair, you'll be fine as long as it doesn't rain. But it's just lovely to walk along here, and as you can see above, it's kind of just surrounded in greenery and the green trees. And then you've got like I'm not sure if that's actually the river next to us, River Derwent next to us, but as you can see, it's just beautiful just to walk here with the trees kind of arching over the pathway here. But yeah, as you can see, they've got these lovely little boats. I'll film that because she's an older person. But you get these lovely little boats. You can go around the waterway. There's ducks and stuff. As you might be able to see on the GoPro, there's ducks all over in the water. But you can have a little boat and you can just go around there. And we're going to get out of the way before I get hit by this van. I'm just going to have a mooch down here. I think it's £1 to go on the train from what I can see on the sign. So basically for that £1, you go from there and you just travel down here, right down there. So it's a fair distance to go there and back. And then you've got this little area here where you've got your boats going around. These little boats you can get in. I can't see the prices on here. Let me have a look. £6 per boat. So I'm not too sure how long you actually get for your £6. It just says you can only have maximum of 3 people. There's weight restrictions. It's open from 11 AM till 5 PM, weekends and all school holidays. But yeah, it's £6 per boat, and I can't see a time restriction of like, you know, £6 for a half an hour or whatever. But yeah, there's plenty of little boats you can drive around and have a great day out with the family. You get these little boats here. Obviously you can only fit 3 people in. They're not huge, and you just chug along and you can just, you can go all over. And then you've got ducks following you around. You can see there's just these cool little boats everywhere. It's just an awesome little attraction, do you think? So Matlock is actually a spa town. In the 19th century, Matlock became famous as a spa town due to its hydrotherapy establishments. Now John Smedley, that I mentioned earlier regarding the castle and the mill, he was a key figure in the movement, founding a hydrotherapic institution that drew many visitors. Obviously in the Victorian times, the arrival of the railway in 1849 turned Matlock into a fashionable tourist resort. And Matlock Bath, which is just one stop before here, is quirky and colourful village, and it's often the seaside town without the sea, thanks to its amusements, fish and chip shops and arcades. And as I mentioned before, Matlock Bath, you can end up going to the Heights of Abraham, and I think you might be able to get to Gulliver's Kingdom, which is like a theme park for the younger children, and also get yourself to the Ryber Castle, which is an 1860s castle at the top there. So here's the bridge I mentioned a moment ago. You can see like the flood heights. Obviously this is back in December 1916, it was up to here, which is my sort of waist height, and then the flood here, which is 6 foot. That was in 1965, so this would have just covered all of this. I'm just going to go over this bridge and show you this slow, do you mind? Show you this slow moving river. Oh, I can feel it bouncing. But yeah, it's just a lovely little lovely area. I think Jordan Smedley did good, don't you? So I'm just walking past Hall Leys Park, which is here, which was opened, I think, on the coronation of King George V around about 1911. And you've got to say it's a beautiful place to come with the family or just yourselves to just go for a wander. It's got this lovely walkway that goes all the way down there. I think there's like a garden you can go and see, like a nice chilled out garden as well. This is where the bouncy castles and the bungee things are for the kids, and the little flower area, which I'm going to go to in a minute, is just over there. It's just a stunning little place to come and relax. Obviously you've got the train right down the far end, so if you are bringing the kids, obviously when you're near the park, if you just keep going down past the bridge, the train is just over there on the right hand side, and it's only about £1, I think, to go there and back. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's really a really nice place, Matlock. So I'm going to go back round. I'm going to go back around here where the flowers and everything are. So as you can see here, past this noisy inflatable slide, I think it is, and the bouncy castle, this is a lovely little chilled out part of the area, which I've got to show you again. It's just amazing to look at. I mean, just look at that. A lovely little chilled out seating area where you can just take 5 minutes and just see all the beautiful bright colours, beautiful greens, and just as you can see, there's, as I mentioned before, you've got these lovely little archways you can sit in, and I'm guessing once that fully grows in the next sort of year or so, that's just going to fill all of that, and you're just going to get loads of insects and whatnot, like the butterfly you saw earlier. It's just going to come into its own and be stunning. But yeah, there's the kids area. You can't really see any kids apart from them down there, so you've got a lovely little slide there. I don't know if this is here all the time or it's just for select times when it's the, I guess, for the school holidays. You've got a nice little roundabout, your little bungee area, you got your slide there and your bouncy castle. If you're into your scooters and your skateboards, you can go over there and do all that. Tennis and stuff is over here, and I think there's another tennis court over the other side, and then the toilets are just behind that skate park. There's a big building over there for the toilets, I believe, and there's like the bowling area and all of the boating area is over there as well. But you can walk along here and all along that walkway and just enjoy the peace and quiet if you're not into all of this noise, or you can just go and sit here and just enjoy nature in its finest with all the beautiful colours. Or if you want retail therapy, you've got lots to do. The shops running all the way along there. Over the road there, you sort of cut off near Iceland and Cope, I think it is, and they've got loads of charity shops over there. That's where my wife and my son are at the moment. If you want pizza, Domino's Pizza's just over there near where that Indian restaurant is. I think it was Maazi, I think it was called. And there's a fish bar over there, and then round there you go over the road where we started the video, and there's pizza places and whatnot over there as well. And I'm not too sure, as I said at the start of the video, whether the market is just a Wednesday market or whether it's the same as Stockton where it's Wednesdays and Saturdays, but I'll plop it down here on the video and let you know that. But it's got lots to choose from over there, nice foods and different bits and pieces. So it is a couple of hours later. We got to our accommodation. It's very quiet, a very nice place, but my family is staying in there at the moment. They might come out a bit later, but I wanted to go to Lumsdale Waterfall. It looked great on the pictures, and it's not too far from our accommodation, which is not too far from the Duke of Wellington pub, which is just at the end of the road where we are. I'm currently at Bailey's Tump. Sounds bizarre, doesn't it? But I just saw these benches and I thought, oh, there's a nice view, which I'll show you in a minute. But there's these 3 benches and I thought, oh, I might just have a little sit on there and see this beautiful view, which is right here. Now, as you can see, you've got the WWII Castle in the distance there, and you've just got this beautiful open space. It's lovely greenery, fields. Obviously got the history of that, the 1860s castle up there. And I'm not too sure if that's the actual mill that we can see slightly lower of his that I mentioned before, but it just obviously you can see the view just goes all the way around. It just looks stunning, and the weather is nice. It's warm, the sun's out, so you can feel that warmth of the sun. But I'm currently at Bailey's Tump. Now, what is Bailey's Tump? Now, it's some sort of fortification, some defence, and I will tell you a bit about that as I show you around. So let's have a look around here. It's just a mounds and area, but I'll tell you a bit more in a moment. We'll go and check this little bit out first over here, and I'll tell you what it is. Bailey's Tump. So what is a tump? The tump is a mound. It's made from the spoil out of the evacuations from the Derwent Valley aqueduct. This pipeline was installed across the fields to the west in the early 1900s. It still carries water from the Derwent dams 20 miles to the north as far as Leicester, 40 miles to the south. The landowner at the time was Ernest Bailey, so this site became Bailey's Tump. Now, what is Bailey's Tump? In the 1930s, Bailey's Tump was fortified as an air defence site. The circular enclosures are the remains of the ramparts which sheltered the equipment and protected the soldiers. The Tump was in use from 1939 to 1945 as part of the outer defence of Sheffield and its steel industry. In winter 1940, an attacking Dornier bomber was brought down. It crashed near Great Longstone, 10 miles to the west. In 1944 and 1945, the searchlight was pointed upwards to act as a navigation aid for Allied bombers attacking Germany. In 2006, Bailey's Tump was restored by Matlock Civic Association and Matlock Town Council using a grant from the Heritage Lottery Fund. So over here you would have had, like, the machine guns would have been over here, and over in this area you would have had the searchlights and sound locators. You would have had the sort of toilets over there. You would have had obviously this particular site's defence as well, but obviously it's all pointing over there, guarding all of that. So I thought I'd just bypass it. So it might be a little bit of interest for you to know what a Bailey's Tump was, because I was like walking past and I thought, I wonder what that is. It just looks, obviously you can see, it just looks like loads of mounds, but then there was just a plaque that said Bailey's Tump, and I thought, I'm going to go and have a look at that. So there you go, that's what Bailey's Tump is. Just sort of a fortification and a defence for that particular area. It's fascinating. So I'm going to head on down here and get to the Lumsdale Waterfalls, which should be about a 10-minute walk from here, I'm guessing. I think it was 18 minutes from the accommodation to it. So I've just come all the way down this road here. There's Bailey's Tump over there, and then I'm heading this way to Lumsdale Waterfall, so shouldn't be too long. But today's been interesting. Matlock has been really nice. The market was nice, just a sort of small amount there at the moment. I think they have it on a Saturday as well, but only sort of in the summer months. So it's every Wednesday and Saturday. I'll put the dates and everything on there of when those particular things are. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, especially the park. Seeing all what they had there. Obviously had quite a lot for the kids. A lot, they like the tennis and everything. Obviously during the summer holidays they had the bouncy castle and the slide and little bungee things. They got the train going, and yeah, you got the boats as well, which I thought was a quite nice thing to have, something a bit different. I'm just watching the road here. But yeah, I thought it was really interesting and liked it a lot. So I'm just going down to Lumsdale Waterfall now, just heading along this particular road. Some beautiful cottages I'm walking past. love to live here. It's just so quiet. Even the accommodation we've got at the moment, even though there's a road going past, we're a bit off from the road, but we're in there, you can't hear a thing. You can hear the odd motorbike zooming past, but cars you can't really hear at all. So I think tonight's going to be a lovely quiet night's sleep, hopefully. But yeah, so I'm just heading down this road from that Bailey's Tump. It sounds so bizarre, Bailey's Tump. But yeah, the actual waterfall, I believe, is over there somewhere. So you've got to walk along here and you kind of double back on yourself on a different road, Lumsdale Road I think it might be called, and then there's a waterfall. But the pictures I've seen of it are just look fantastic. I was going to bring the drone, but it is quite windy, so I know the drone, having the Neo, any sort of breeze, it has a bit of an issue. So I just thought I'm going to take the GoPro and I'm just going to wander around and do all that. And I think this might be the road that I need to go on now. So this is Lumsdale Road, so you kind of double back on yourself and go down here. So this is, so you need to be mindful that there's cars going to be coming from this direction and down here, but this is the way to go and see the waterfall. Now there is a bit of a breeze down here, so I didn't even bother with the DJI Neo. I was going to take it with me and try and get some lovely sort of aerial shots of the waterfall, but I know as soon as I take it up it's going to have issues, so I didn't bother. I thought I'll just use the GoPro. Now I am on Lumsdale Lane, I think it is, or road that comes along here. You just need to watch out because there are cars driving up here and it's not very wide, the road, so you need to get right into the side. And when it comes to wheelchairs or anything like that, it's accessible. Obviously it's flat, it's fine to go along Asker Road, or Asker Lane I think it's called, yeah, Asker Lane, and then come down this road in particular. But if the car comes, you don't really have much room to get to the side. I've had to sort of go along here, so you've got to sort of stand right next to the wall, and the cars are very close to you. So if you come in here, probably best to come by a car. As you can see, the roads are very narrow here, but some beautiful properties around here, and it's just so quiet. You can just see all these lovely houses just out in the middle of nowhere in all of this beautiful peace and quiet. But I think the actual waterfall is just down here. This is Lumsdale House. Look at that, it's a lovely house. I wonder if that's a house. It looks like it's got a chimney as well. There's a property there as well. How nice. But you can, the odd car goes past you, as I say, you need to get right into the side. But apart from that, you can't really hear much. Now I can hear what sounds like water. Funny enough, is the sort of sound you get when you get near a waterfall. But I'm just going down here and this might be the waterfall itself. I can see that looks like an information board in front of me and some thick walls, so this might be sort of the river. I don't know if this is the River Derwent. Is it Derwent? But yeah, I'll just turn the camera around. So there is a bit of a decline here in the actual road itself. There's lots of these old walls. I don't know, so the age of these walls, unless anything tells me down here. As you can see, there's a passing place here, so you can see exactly the width of the road. There's a car coming around now. As you can see, there's not a huge amount. If you're in one of these vans, just a little bit of a gap if you need to get to the side for them to pass. Right, what's this? Here we've got Bentley Brook. It's a brewery, shop and tap room. You've got coffees, teas, snacks and refreshments. So that must be over here somewhere. A 3-minute walk this way. But I wonder if this is part of the River Derwent now. As you can see, there's a waterway going down, so I don't know whether the waterfall's further up there or around this corner. But that's what I could hear earlier on. But yeah, I'm just wondering what all of these things would have been back in the day. There doesn't seem to be anything showing any dates or anything like that. I'll have to have a look online. There might be something on there saying what it used to be. I won't bore you with all the details, but I went the wrong way. Google Maps told me to go down there and there was a footpath, so I followed the footpath. Went about 15-20 minutes up there on that area, couldn't see anything, and then did Google Maps again and it did a new route, and it pointed up here and said there's a road down there. I've been looking for a road to go through. It's like a dotted line. Couldn't find it. There's a little gate right here. 20 minutes of my life I've just wasted. But yeah, just where I finished that previous clip, near where those buildings were that I was saying I'll find some info on it. Yeah, there's basically a gate right here, and it's all about the spinning mills and all that. There's a plaque there about the bleaching mills, which I'll have a look at when I come back this way. But yeah, there's a gate there. You walk through the gate, and it's because I did, like when I went past, all I saw was it. I thought this wall went all the way along. I didn't realise that when you see this wall, there's a break in the wall that you couldn't see from the road, and you need to watch out because there's all sorts of obstacles on the floor. But you go around here, there's part of the waterfall, I believe, and there's some there's always stairs, but the stairs going up all the way over, and that takes you to the waterfall, rather than wasting 20 minutes of your life going all the way down there past the car park, round the corner, over that field, over in that distance, to sort of walk all the way up here to find out you can't get through. It's all farmers stuff. Google then tells you to go all the way back around and searches for a road, but you just, I'll save you 20 minutes of your life. Go through that gate, get up those stairs, and there's the waterfall there. Right, I'm going to go up these stairs now, and I will see you when I get to the top. Now I definitely need to mention, this is not wheelchair accessible. As you can see, the steps there, they lead right down. Then there's a bit of a flat walkway going along there. Then there's loads of steps going all the way back down to where I came in through the gate. And as you can see here, there's lots of roots sticking out. But yeah, that you can go to the waterfall at different levels. I'm going to try not to fall. So this is the second level of the waterfall itself. How lovely is that? So as you can see, I don't know if you can hear me over that loud waterfall, but there's a waterfall, and here is a building which I don't know whether that's the bleaching mills that I mentioned on there. I'll have to go down and read that. I should have read that first, shouldn't I? But that might be what these are. So I don't know whether you can get inside them or not. I'm going to continue on this walkway up, see if I can get up there so I can give you a shot from there looking down over, and see if I can see any more of these buildings here. So you can see windows there, and obviously there's a window or maybe even a doorway there, and it's going right down to the water with that brick. So that potentially could have been the mills right there. What I'll do is I'm going to climb up all these. As you can see, it's not easy climbing up here. The stones are sort of thin and fat, so you kind of have a bit of an issue getting up there. So I'll make my way up there, go along there, see if I can see any more of this, and see if I can get over towards that there. So I'll just walk past the mill ruins just to see if I can get round the corner, but it's blocked off up there as well. You can go around there, and there is a chimney which I'm guessing is part of the mill itself, the bleaching mill or probably the water mills. Obviously this is part of it as well. You can't get in and have a look. It's obviously being preserved, so there's no way of getting in to kind of show you any of that. So there's not really much up there to show you, so I'm going to continue down here. There is a little sort of ledge over here. You can go and maybe get a better view of the waterfall, but as you can see, it's a bit dangerous, and only an idiot would end up standing on there to show you the actual waterfall, really, wouldn't they? So I'm on this ledge showing you the waterfall like an idiot, but yeah, you can see the waterfall a bit better up here. I was down there a moment ago on that ledge right down there. You can kind of see the waterfall a little bit better up here. It's a bit blocked by those branches there. But yeah, you can see a bit more of the actual building here. It looks like there was like more of a build coming this way with the joist holes, or what are they called. on there, so it looks like you could see there was a roof maybe coming along here. But yeah, so I'm just on here showing you this. I can't get any nearer to that to show you, but as you can see, I'm right on the edge of this stone, just so I could show you that. But you can't really see any better. I think you can see it better from lower down, so I'll show you again from lower down, then we'll make our way back. So I made it back to the lower level. There is another level you can go down, which is down here. It is a bit tricky. I've seen people down there a moment ago in the water, but as you can see, it's not the safest of routes, but if you're careful, you might get down there. But the stones down there are mossy and slippy, so be very careful. I probably wouldn't recommend it, but if you do go down there, be safe and cautious. You might get a better view of the waterfall, as obviously, as you can probably see here, it's obscured a bit by the bricks and things here. You can go a little bit further down and get a better view, which I probably did earlier, but it's just such a wonderful little waterfall. But if you are coming here, just be mindful that there are roots sticking up. The stones are they're not uniform, or like stairs are just all over the place. There are trip hazards, not disabled friendly. But yeah, you just need to be careful that you don't fall over like I know you just did. Listen to yourself, Andrew. But yeah, it's I think out of all of it, it's this area here is the most difficult out of all. Obviously you've got, look at the step on that. So you go down these steps here. So here you've got steps coming up here, and you've got obviously the mill ruins up there. The best example of water-powered archaeological site in Britain, according to that side there. So this is Lumsdale Valley. There is a little bit of a walk up there, but I couldn't really see a way of getting through. It might be further around. It might be over that direction, I think. But yeah, so you go up these stairs. There's a first level there. Go upstairs up there, and you can get a little bit higher up. Just be careful, there is a sheer drop. And then you can go up a little bit further, and there's a chimney there that you saw earlier. And that's pretty much about it. I don't know if there's anything further up there. I couldn't really see anything, but there are these old buildings which would have been part of the old water mill. But as I say, when it comes to the steps, they're up and down and not uniform shape. All right, so you just need to be careful when you're walking down these steps. They are slippy. But yeah, there's flat bits, but then as you can see here, there's a walkway going down. And obviously, as you can probably appreciate, when it's been raining, these can be quite slippy underfoot. So there is a rail, so hold on to that. But yeah, you can see there's just remnants of ruins all over from the old bleaching and water mills. But yeah, so there's safety rails going around here, but there's nothing up there to stop you falling over that edge. So if you've got kids, just be mindful that this part is fine. Obviously these are very secure, very solid, concreted in. But when you get up there, there's no barriers, so just watch the little ones over that dangerous area. But it would have been nice. I'll have to look online to see if I can see any sort of drawings of what this used to look like. And I think there might be something over here on this sign. I should have read a bit of this before. I was going to do this before, then I thought, oh well, I'll take you there first, show you all of that, and I'll come down and read this on the way back out. But yeah, so this is it. It's Arkwright factory system, Arkwright. So yeah, I'll let you read it. So if you want to pause the video, so this is where I am at the moment. So there's actually a tramway, and there's a smithy, the lower bleach works, upper bleach works. So I think when I went up, I was up here somewhere. Where the chimney was must have been maybe around here possibly. So that's where I am, number 4. So you can actually walk all the way around there, past these lower, middle and upper ponds. But this is where I came from here on Asker Lane, and then basically I think I double backed on this road here. I think it's called Lumsdale Road, and then came to here. So I just made my way back up Lumsdale Road and back on Asker Lane, which is just behind me here, and I'm back at Bailey's Tump because I wanted to sit down, just have a little look at the view, catch my breath, and then kind of summarise what I thought of the waterfall and today's video. So yeah, so here's the bench and the beautiful views that you can see if you sat on here. Obviously there's people walking down, there's a nice little walkway you can go around, but you just can sit and just see that beautiful view. So when it comes to Matlock, and especially Lumsdale Valley and the waterfall, I think it's a beautiful place to come. Obviously you've got the Asker Lane just in front of me there that goes down to Lumsdale Road, that's right near where the waterfall is. And yeah, as long as you don't mind stairs, there are some tricky stairs to go up to see the waterfall, but when you do, it's a lovely little place to visit on an evening or during the day, whenever, just to take the family for a bit of a wander. But then you can come here to Bailey's Tump. Still sounds weird saying that. But yeah, Bailey's Tump, and you can sit here on these benches and you can look out at the beautiful castle there and the greenery and the scenery that's right behind me here, and take all that in as the sun goes down, which is just behind me. And yeah, take all that in. Anyway, I'm going to go back because my wife's got some food in, and yeah, I need a cup of tea. And it's been a long day from train rides and wandering around Matlock and the likes, but I've had a lovely time so far in Matlock. I think we're going to go to Bakewell or Buxton tomorrow possibly, so I'll do a video on that. But I just wanted to finish the video here at this beautiful little area. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, hit that like button and leave a comment. Let us know if you've been to Matlock, where you visited, if you've been to Bailey's Tump and seen what a tump is, or you've been to the waterfall and experienced that, and where the old mill used to be or still is, or if you've sat here and just took in this beautiful view. Let us know in the comments. And yeah, hopefully tomorrow we're going to go to Buxton or Bakewell, hopefully find a nice tart there, and just explore some of this beautiful area of Derbyshire. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It helps me massively, pushes videos out there, so it gets people to watch these videos and possibly come to Matlock and experience the same thing as I have, and see these beautiful views. So thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate every person that watches these videos and tells me other places I could visit. So thank you for watching, take care of yourself, and I will see you all in the next one. So bye bye.